Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talitakumi FM, to the voice of the hidden talent. This is your host, Kujo Malata, and I'm running this show today. Welcome everyone. It's a lovely Monday, it's a lovely chilled Monday, and we have a guest today, a lovely guest. Our culture in the radio station of Talitakumi FM, we don't usually do the introductions, but our guest will be telling us herself. In fact, it's a she. So, welcome, Miss Lellandy.
Thanks for having me. Yes, it's Lellandy.
How are you? Are you okay?
I'm perfectly fine, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us, who is Lellandy?
Lellandy is firstly a child of God before she is a poet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how far I can go. I'm just a poet.
So when you're saying that you're just a poet, where are you coming from with this poetry?
Let me just say poetry is in me.
Mm-hmm.
We can rather ask poetry where poetry comes from with me, because I was born with the skill, I believe. So it's been a few years now since I was 11 doing poetry.
Yeah.
The love started in literature during grade 6. That's where I developed love for poetry.
Yeah.
So I come from far with poetry.
So you're saying that it's a skill, it's not a talent. So meaning that you have acquired that skill of poetry.
Not really, it's a gift.
Oh, it's a gift.
Yes,
okay.
A gift
Now
that was nurtured
okay.
by literature.
Yeah.
It has always been there, but it had to get that spark from literature. Yes.
So for how long have you been doing poetry? Because hearing from your some of the poetry from your album, they sound so good, man. I must say,
Yeah.
So I just want to know how long have you been into like?
I started poetry in 2008. I was doing grade 7. That's when I started writing. Then actually getting on stage performing, I started 2010. Yes, I was doing grade 9. Yeah.
So when did you start like actually recording this poetry?
Started recording poetry 2015, but this album started recording it late last year. Yes.
Say, Miss Lellandy, it's not very simple to just start typing or writing poems. So where do you get that thing of just writing a poem? Like, do you write poems due to the situations that you go through in life, or you just write poems?
Well, when it comes to writing, I didn't just start off as writing poetry. It started off as stories, like short stories with morals. So I can say I get this from daily livings of other people, not what I'm going through. I feel like it's more being self-centered when I tell people about what I'm going through. I'd rather write a story about you, whereas you've never told me about yourself. So I'm writing your story without you knowing that it is your story. Yes.
So would I ask, okay, fine. Let's say now you're writing a story about me, like I'm the one who's listening to the poem. It's like now you're making me feel like I'm within the poem. I don't know if you understand me. Like you want to put me into the scene.
Yes, that's the point where I can say it's part of comforting, because most people go into depression thinking that they're alone. So when I write the story without you knowing that I was actually writing about you, it feels like someone else is going through the same thing, so you don't feel alone.
So meaning it's like you are relieving people from depressions and motivating them at the very same time.
Exactly.
Wow. That is wonderful. So tell me, where can your friends find you?
On Facebook, it's Lellandy the Poetry Victim.
Lellandy the Poetry Victim.
Yes, Lellandy the Poetry Victim, yes.
Okay.
Then when they want to listen to what Lellandy can put on the table on SoundCloud, it's poetry victim. Reverb Nation also it's poetry victim.
Yeah.
Then they can call 061 74 52 529.
Can you repeat that again?
061 74 52 529.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. So now we have your music. I mean your poems.
Yes.
That we are actually going to play here. And in the backstage, I think we agreed that we're going to start with Once Upon a Time.
Yes, Once Upon a Time.
So, ladies and gentlemen, our wonderful listeners of Talita Kumi, I'm going to be playing one of her poems that goes by the name of Once Upon a Time. Listen carefully to this one.
Once upon a time, before our time became a waste of time, time was never taken for granted at any time. We respected time at all times. We used time to create timeless memories, memories to be treasured at all times. Once upon a time. Once upon a time, we were considered the light of the nation. The whole nation placed their hopes upon our generation. Only education was known to be the tool to strive for higher destinations. Nyawupe was never an option. An option today excused as temptation. Our youngsters are sniffing and puffing on meds to get high up to nothing. Once upon a time, our streets were never decorated by young lost souls. Our brothers have found comfort in the street corners, which they now call home. Our sisters are selling their souls to the ghastly devil, willingly giving their dignity away. The beings who are being groomed to become future leaders have now forgotten who they are destined to be. They've exchanged their dreams for broken fairy tales. Oh Lord, have mercy, for I know you can also see what I see.
Once upon a time, once upon a time. So if I may ask Ms. Lellandy, that once upon a time, like there are many stories that actually have this sentence on the beginning, that once upon a time.
Once upon a time.
So then what comes next to this poem, since you're saying it's once upon a time?
It's actually a comparison of the times before and the times now.
Yeah.
So it says, once upon a time, before our times became a waste of time. Meaning, before we used our time in a more significant way, a way that benefited us more. But now we're using it in a way that destroys us. Yes. So.
Wow. Okay. I must say to our wonderful listeners out there that the goal of today is to relieve you from your stress and depressions, and also motivate you. Since we were saying earlier,
yes,
that
and also feed your soul.
exactly,
Yes.
exactly. It's not only music that feeds your soul, but also poetry.
Poetry, exactly.
Yeah. So now we're going to play Inhliziyo. Well, our wonderful listeners, she will be telling us after this that what is it that she actually played or composed this Inhliziyo that we are about to play right now.
Sawubona Nhliziyo yami. Ngeke ngikubuze ukuthi unjani ngoba umjalo bakho umjalo bami, ukuthula kwakho ukufa kwami. Nhliziyo yami ngikhathazekile ngawe. Miningi leminyaka siphilisana sinawe, kodwa namanje awungizwa uma ngikhuluma nawe. Nhliziyo yami kanti yini ngawe? Nhliziyo yami kanti yini ngawe? Ukuhlakanipha ukufuna ingane. Nhliziyo yami ngiyabuza, phendula, khuluma nami. Ngiyabuza Nhliziyo, konakelephi? Wena ke nembeza usuku usushonephi usuku usuyephi kwezothando mangifikela usathana ethi maye ngasangifuna ngiye kwasigodlo ngiyofuna imithi ngimdlisa isigodo kanjalo luzovuka uthando enze yami intando uzobheka mina ngedwa bye bye mzwangedwa kodwa uphinde wena nembeza ubuye ungidle ngaphakathi ngishengedwa.
Inhliziyo, I must apologize to our wonderful listeners out there that time is not on our side, but if ever you want to listen to more of these poems, you know where to find her. As you were saying, they will find you where? Can you repeat what you just said?
On Facebook, it's Lellandy, the poetry victim.
Yeah.
If they want to listen without chatting to Lellandy, they can go to SoundCloud and Reverb Nation. It's Poetry Victim.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I'm gonna play the one last one, since we agreed that it's Alpha and Omega simply means the end. So going towards the end of our show, I will play the Alpha and Omega.
When days are dark, friends are few, but it's always here for no one else but you. He offers love that's legit and true, washes sins and leaves us all brand new. Now tell me, where else could you ever be when it's always there for you? God is nothing less but a conqueror. He's got eternal strength. God is superior. In His presence there's nothing inferior. My Lord is a savior and He does it all without asking for a favor. Now where else could you ever be when He's here to make your burdens less heavier? Sanbonani, mina igama nguLellandy Winniefred, abangazi ngokweqile bangibiza the poetry victim. Ngiboleka indlebe ngikuhlebele, esikhathini samanje ngizothula okungaphakathi, lokho okungaphakathi ngahle kuthelisa umthakathi. Engizama ukusho ukuthi lento engizoyisho khona engeke bathande, kodwa ize njalo owami ngeke nguvale ngoba uJehova engakimi soze bangishaya.
Already, although I don't have stresses, but I think I'm getting relieved a little bit. Thanks to your poems.
You're getting in the shoes of those I'm relieving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why does it sound like you have a goal on revealing other people's, souls and depressions? Like you have specific people that which you want to relieve them from those depressions and stresses. But it's okay. Since now we're going towards the end of our show, guys, we'd like to thank you for listening as the crew of Talita Kumi FM. You know where to find Miss Lellandy. As she said, I think she gave us our name, the name of the album, which is Poetry Victim. And again, you know where to find her. It's Poetry Victim on Facebook. And then her number is
061
061
74
74
52
52
529.
529. Wonderful listeners, thank you for listening. And I'm your host, Kujo Malata, at the Voice of the Hidden Talent. So, Ms. Lellandy, what is it that you would like to say lastly to our listeners?
Is that a bad beginning makes a good ending, so they should never fail to try, because in every dark cloud there is indeed a silver lining.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, there is a silver lining. Oh, you're not only motivating our listeners. I'm also motivated. I'm also a human being. I'm also a listener. I'm gonna be a listener of your Poetry Victim album. Wow.
God bless you.
Thank you. Moving right along, this is the end of our show, the Voice of the Hidden Talent in Talita Kumi FM. Kujo Malata is your host, and I am out.
Ngizokhuluma yize bangeke bathande ukhono wami umeli uJehova ngeke bangishaye noma bengibiza ngamagama mina ngikhothamele lodwa igama